All right. Round fucking 2. For those of you listening.
Round 2, man.
We fucked up the first shot. So.
Mic check. we good this time around.
You want water?
I'm good, bro. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, for those of you listening, we shot this yesterday?
Yes.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Shot it already. Messed it up.
Shot it already.
So, the shock value has gone down a little bit. But,
I will still, I'll still be shocked.
all right. Let's get situated. All right. I feel like I was wearing the same shirt, too. I can't lie. I know you were wearing that same jacket. I don't know. I know you have that jacket on.
You have flops on shorts. I feel like it might have been a different shirt.
Okay.
Though.
All right. That's fine.
I definitely have the exact same. I've been wearing this outfit for 3 days straight, dog.
All right. Back for another episode. Backstage conversation. We got Bobby James. Technically part 2. Not part 1.
Yeah,
no part 1 exists.
No
so.
part 1 exists.
But yeah, so we had an issue with last time. Well, no issue. We ran tests and it didn't work out. Oh well.
It was practice.
It was practice. You know what I mean? It will never happen again though, so that's all good.
It.
But yeah, Bobby James, thank you for being here, my guy.
Thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate you,
we've seen a lot of each other the last week, basically.
And have you been loving it? I've been loving it.
Oh, I've been good. I've been chilling. Because even yesterday, I was like, dude, I sat down and I was more excited to go through the stuff we shot before I even touched the stuff I shot for O, because not because it was that, but I had a lot of shit for O. So I was like,
he has so much
footage.
Bro, and the last, when you start shooting for this kind of weekend? What was the first day? I mean, I know you do other people's stuff, but I just mean kind of O and stuff, my stuff, Dreamville stuff. Or
I think Dreamville in general, the first stuff I shot, but I didn't even shoot any on my my digital. I did some film shots on, which actually I have that rolled done. I need to take in the Thursday when I shot with Summit for Blue. I have some some film photos I shot, but
they're probably dope too.
Hopefully
in the warehouse.
Yeah, and they're black and white.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. So
is that when you took a picture of us, right? Mm-hmm. It was like me. Oh, when I had the Dreamville joint on.
Oh yeah. Yes, right? I did. You were on that roll. Yes, you were on that roll. Yeah. I forgot that was on that roll.
And that roll is done.
Yeah, I gotta take it in. I think about black and white. I think black and white takes longer to get processed.
They're gonna be so dope.
Yeah, so I'm hyped for that. I'm trying to finish this other roll first before I take it in, so I can just
do all of it.
Yeah, so I can just get two.
But since that Thursday, all of this until when did we shoot? Yesterday or 2 days ago?
That's the first time I sat down and looked at everything. Bro. I had everything from O exported off.
Yeah.
Just because I knew it was a lot, and I was like, I have to get this off my card so I can use the other ones. Yeah, so yesterday was the first time I sat down and actually kind of watched everything.
Were you like, dang, I did a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
honestly, probably a good feeling though. That probably felt good.
Yeah, it's nice, and it's because it was such a event specific OE stuff. I mean, literally all the stuff in there is OE on that Friday is literally from 10 a.m. basically all the way till.
Oh yeah, because y'all did so much pre.
That's what I'm saying. So from 10 a.m. till basically 11.
Yeah.
It's just footage of just all that, photos and everything, and then because then Saturday I was chilling. Everything else I did over the weekend was all pretty much film camera.
I love that though, bro, because you really like this shit.
I do.
You love this.
I did.
You really do, and it's you can feel that when you're doing this with people. It's not to say that other people I work with don't love it, but I definitely think you really enjoy the process of shooting, putting it together, edit, all of it. Even when we're planning the thing, you're invested and interested. Mm-hmm. You have ideas. Even when we're there, you're let's try this, let's do that. I don't know, I don't know.
That's what we talked about the other day. It's we basically laid out a game plan, and I think we only used one shot from what we planned,
bro. And it's so tight because I can look at a thing and I'm be I like this. This doesn't. I don't know if this is it yet or something. And sometimes I don't know. I kind of know how I see it in my head, but I don't know if I know how to get to executing it.
Yeah.
So when you're you tilt the camera, I don't know how you came to that.
The camera
I'm gonna tilt the camera a little bit, and I saw them yo, this is it. But then it's funny because at that same shoot, bro, it was 3 times where it was even the straight on looked really good.
That one straight on we took,
the one straight
fire.
on is amazing. The Fish Eye Close Up is amazing. The tilt, I don't even know if I saw the tilt.
I didn't. Oh, I haven't uploaded it yet.
Okay,
I haven't even touched it.
But I mean, the ones we have are like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But it's also like, because I feel like the tilt, the thing I see is the front facing one we did. Just looks so fucking good, and it's so clean.
I know, so clean.
It's so clean that it's like I almost don't want to even implement the other shots into that one.
Yeah.
So then now we're sitting on 4 or 5 just
many.
full reels that we're like, oh, these are all fire, and they're all individual way.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it gets not difficult, but it's just like, you're like, yeah, let's just combine all this. And then I'm looking at it, I was like, bro, I don't even want to throw anything on
it. Yeah.
I think this is just so good by itself.
So, yeah. And that was a thing because I'm always kind of like a one take. I really, I don't know what it is, but I like really like one takes. And we had so many of them that I remember thinking like, well, how do I choose between all of them? I'm like, yo, I'm just going to use all of them.
Well, that's the advantage now. It's like, bro, we have, it's like you said, the way you were wanting to roll stuff out, it's like, one beforehand.
Yeah.
One day of.
One during.
And then one after.
And then it's like, even in time, as time passed, when I'm just like, yo, this song is out. Y'all want to go check it out?
Yeah, you got a fresh one.
got a fresh reel,
Because that's the other thing I've noticed, too. It's like, especially the stuff we've done with HBK, where it's like, it sucks because it's like you have to promote it prior.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, it's like we talked about, which actually funny, I saw an interview you did I didn't pull it because it wasn't anything crazy, but it was like called The Spot. It was you, Crisis, and Montana.
Wow. Yeah. My boy Lou Diamond did.
Yeah. And but it was funny because that's from like 2012 or like something of that.
Yeah. No,
but in the video, you talk about people's attention span.
Oh.
And I was like, bro, that's such a thing now where it's like it's hard to promote things prior to release because you don't know if someone sees it, they're like, oh, I like the song, I want to listen to it now.
They're like, yo.
You can't.
Bro, they're like, yo, I want this thing now. You're talking about a week from now when I'm like doing other things, I'm not paying attention, and like not saying that there aren't people who are interested
for sure.
in what we have going on and are like excited to see it then, but I think it's different if like Cole, Dre, Kendrick, there's certain people that are like, yo, I dropped this thing in this time. People are like, oh, they put that on in their calendar, like people, you know what I mean? That's not the exact same thing for us. We're like working towards that and building that up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And then you go with the I forgot where I was going with. Oh, yeah, the attention span where it's like, and it's, okay, so you post a great song, it's not out yet. People hear it and like, damn, I want to listen to it now.
Yeah.
It's like, it has to be good enough. If it blows them away, they might, follow you, keep up.
For sure.
But if it doesn't and they just like the song and they just want to hear the song, the chances of them finding that video again, slim.
People aren't coming back to it. My boy Damian Rashad, shout out Dame. He dropped a video for what's the
Schoolboy joint? I can't remember. I always say
fire. And I remember seeing it on the gram, like as I was scrolling, because he sent it to me before, and I was like, "Damn, this is fire." I saw a clip of it like that. Then I saw that it was actually out, but I was like doing something on my phone. I kind of saw it. And bro, I liked it so much. I remember yo, I gotta come back to this. And literally yesterday, this was a week ago, whenever, and I came back, and it's like you say, it's like if it makes you feel something strong enough that you're like, oh, this did come out, whatever, circle back. So
play on that. What if it's someone you don't know? Not saying from your perspective, but as the viewer.
No, that's real.
And that's what I'm saying.
I definitely think, obviously, I love that dude. It's
for sure.
So I'm like, for sure. But yeah, if it's somebody I don't know, bro, it would have to be like, and I've done that before where I will say this, I can like a song, but if the visual that's with the song I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. I'm for sure like, oh, I want to go see this.
Gotta come back to
this. I gotta come back to this.
There's a dude that popped up on mine the other day. Actually, not the other day. It was a few weeks ago, and I just played him for. I think I played it for Aaron like 2 weeks ago. Let me see if I can pull him up because his name is. It's like I think it's JDE Ray. So I think it's Jaden Ray would be my guess.
Okay.
Making sure I'm probably not spelling it right. It's JDEN. Yeah, Jaden Ray. And I saw one of his clips. He's from Seattle. I saw one of his clips, and I was like, yo, this is fire. Yeah. And the song with it was just as hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro. So I literally immediately, I was like, I got to follow him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is the...
Hey, it's just a new champion. 3 strikes like a new batter. She call me crying, but I'm sorry, girl. I can hear you all with the crew now. But that shit like better. She know where not do Saturn. That shit like Saturn. She talking shit for the...
So clean. And I was like, oh, I have to follow, because I was like, I need to see this again.
Yeah.
Like, I have to find this again.
Yeah.
And there was one more he did. No, not these. Either way, dude's fire, but it was the video was good enough that I was like, and the song was banging that I was like, yo, I gotta save it. So I gotta come back to when this comes out. But yeah, dude, I think that's a big battle that artists have nowadays, where it's like, yeah, you gotta promote prior, you gotta, release the drop and all that stuff, but it's like, I'm in this conflict with it, because I see, all the promoters, whatever, people like how to blow up on TikTok and all that stuff, and they're like, oh, you need to do this a month ahead of time, a week ahead of time, and I'm like, bro, we're not,
for me.
And I'm like, not even that it's hard to do it, but I'm like, bro, I was like, we aren't popping enough for people to be like, oh, I gotta save this so I can come back to it a month from now.
For me, it's like, I obviously am excited to share it.
For sure.
Share it in a way that, like, is suitable for me, that I'm like and I feel good about, and I want people to see it in that way. I don't know if, like, I feel as strongly about, like, participating in a certain way that just feels like certain thing as far as promoting it's like gone. It's like, bro, I don't have a TikTok. I know people will be on my head about that. Bro, you need to have a TikTok. You need to be uploaded. It's like, I just don't have the I'm just like not invested. I'm not interested in that way to have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind like somebody else do. I could give them a clip. They could do it. But like me, I'm just like, damn, I'm not interested enough in that way to want to do that. And like the funny thing is, like, there's consequences for that.
I was gonna say, I was like, yeah.
In maneuvering the way I maneuver, we're like, one of my boys, Paul, shout out my bro Paul, he's always like, bro, you need to promote this more. You need to da-da-da. And I'm like, bro, I'll drop a song. I'll give like, yo, drop a video. I'll post a couple, repost story a couple of days. After like a couple of weeks, bro, I'm not really, every now and then I'm still like this song, but not like really.
You did good with Sunshine.
I did it better with Sunshine.
You were promoting that one pretty often afterwards.
I did better with Sunshine. And my thing is kind of like, I guess I feel like the people that see it, unless I'm like sponsoring and I put money behind it, it's going out to people who like have no idea. The people that follow me, bro, and the people that see it are the people that see it.
For sure.
So to me, in my mind, I'm like, if I post this song is out and the people that see it, if I post it again, it's not like they did it. They saw this.
It's not like it's not like you're hitting new.
I'm not
heads.
hitting new heads, bro. Even if I post it on my story, people are sharing it. Yes, this and the third, but it's not getting to that many more new people. So as far as me like promoting it myself to my followers, I'm like, I'm not gonna do this, but so much, because I also don't want to be this flooding, because I don't really like. I'm like, when somebody do, I'm like, I get it's out, bro, and I get that like you're trying to, but I'm like, it's kind of getting to the same people every time.
So do you run ads at all?
For sure.
Okay.
And the first time, I mean, I've done it before in the past, but I did this. When I did a show, who was I performing with? Where was our? Oh, for Charlie Smarts.
Okay.
From
that was last year.
He had the show at Poorhouse.
Yeah, that was last year. Yeah, that was last year.
And Shay, shout out Shay and his dad Jerry. They got a bunch of footage, pictures, like a whole bunch of stuff. But Shay cut up kind of like a reel of me like talking, like he kind of like not really interviewed, we had a conversation, and he chopped up some of the show footage of me performing, and then me just talking. And like I was telling you, I don't have a lot of content out where I'm like just talking about whatever. And like, bro, I promoted that, and it did so.
Dude,
it did so good.
People love that personal connection to somebody because it's more interesting. Because I think O did a similar one, right?
Yes.
With his painting, we took it out.
Yeah.
So I was like, because I remember seeing his first, and I was like, yo, this is so, it's just so cool, because it's like, granted, we know O and everything like that, so it's a little different, but it's also like for someone seeing it for the first time, for like, someone who doesn't know y'all at all, this is like, oh, this is great visually. And I'm like, oh, I'm getting to hear someone talk about things that aren't necessarily related to what I'm looking at.
That's it, bro. Well, the thing too is I feel like when we were coming up, our favorite artists, producers, whatever, bro, like I didn't really hear much of it. Might have been like what MTV might have had it behind the music, cribs.
But that's if you got it.
If you got it. And right there are these little parts where like you could hear somebody talk about a thing. You get a little bit of their personality, but not really. And they definitely you didn't really see much of their like thought process and feelings behind music and like creativity and
especially
like,
cribs.
All of those things.
Yeah, you ain't get
like,
the depth.
You get all that. So now I'm at a time where like, bro, people want to know like, okay, I like this dude's music. I think it's cool. I like his visuals. I like the way he moves. I see like what he posts, all of these things, but like, who is he as a person? What does he talk about? What does he think? What does he feel? And I feel like now we're in times where like, that's what people want. Because I think it's a different investment. And the artist is one thing to say, I like this person's music, and it's different to say, I like this person. That's whenever we go to Dreamville, I always feel that I'm like, these people love Cole. It's beyond the music as a person. And it reflects in the type of people they are. Like, bro, it's funny, me and Jamal was talking about this, like, Cole's fan base are nice people. Like, everybody else is like, excuse me. Hey, yo, can I borrow a lighter? Yo, do y'all know where, like, people are like that many people to maneuver in that space, bro, 50,000 people?
No, it was 100.
Like, it was 100?
I don't know why he said 52.
He said 52.
He said 52 on the stage, and I was like, way more. Because then I think, I don't know if Dreamville or WRL or someone of that.
Many people.
Someone posted over the weekend or this past week about how many people, they said like 100,000 people out there. I'm like, yeah, that's more like it. Bro. I was like, he said 52, and I looked at it.
When he said 52, I even like, granted, with the, the naked eye, you trying to look, I'm like, you probably can't count people, but I'm like, this feels like a lot of people, bro.
Granted, I don't know what 50,000 people looks like.
I know, yeah. But, well, too, I got on the Ferris wheel at one point, and when I was at the top and I'm looking out at everybody, I was like, yo, this is nuts, bro. It's just people everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Because even when, because I saw it was cool, or not cool, but it was like I saw it kind of happen, because, Nikki got on late, like an hour. Yeah. So we're sitting there, and we picked a spot, like, kind of maybe 200 feet back from the stage. Yeah. We got over there, it was like 8:30, and I looked at you guys like, yeah, let's just go ahead and walk over. I was like, we might as well get a spot now. Picked a spot kind of in the middle by one of the sound things, because I was like, yo, I got a fence to lean on. I was like, I'd rather do this than just be in the middle. And you could see in front of us, there was still a good gap as far as people, and then Nikki, I guess, didn't come out or whatever, so people started coming back. At like 8:40, people started making their way to the Cole stage. And then I guess she went on, so you see the crowd of people kind of disperse again, but a bunch of people stayed. As soon as Nikki's done, bro, when I tell you that crowd just said,
just moved.
Instant. And then like it is, you just watch it start filing back, farther back, past us, past the Bacardi thing. Fucking into, like, it was flooding probably damn near into the other stage.
So crazy, bro. That is so crazy, dog.
Like, it is genuinely, I'm very interested to see where they go from here.
Yeah, well, I thought it was not funny necessarily, but when he was like, yo, I don't know how many more of these I got in me, when he said that, and you kind of hear people like, and the funny thing, I guess I was probably talking to Jamal about this too, I'm like, man, like, the amount of things that goes into putting that together. Now, Cole obviously has a team. Even the people like Dreamville, they have a team, but you know what I mean? But still, just the amount of like, no, I don't want to say stress, right?
I'm sure there's
there's so much that goes into it that even he feels.
At the end of the day, his name is attached.
For sure. So it's like you have to deal with all of that. And obviously, I mean, I'm sure it's rewarding for him.
For sure.
Obviously the people. Because I remember when he said it, I'm like looking around at other people. And kind of, I'm just like, man, like this means so much to people that like, although I know for him, he's kind of like, yo, I don't know how many more because it's a lot. I'm just like, bro, this means more to people. Obviously, I'm not saying he doesn't know, but like it just means so much to people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like people really like love this dude, and I'm like, people leave feeling like kind of almost like a high, bro. And I'm, that's not everybody's experience.
I definitely had like almost like Monday and Tuesday. I definitely had almost like a weekend kind of hangover.
Yeah.
Because I was like, granted, we were still working.
For sure.
But even then, it was like 5 o'clock. And we were both, when you looked at me, you were like, you didn't even say what it was. You looked at me and you were like, this is post after we fucked up. Yeah. And so we're like, we got to record it again. We're like, we'll just knock it out after we get done with these videos. And you looked at me while we were eating and you just like said, bruh. And I was like, yeah, nah. And you were like, you were like, wait, you already know? I'm like, bro, yeah, nah, it's not happening.
Because I felt bad. I'm like, dang, man.
Because I wanted to get it done.
For sure, I know. And I didn't want to tell you, like, I don't have, but I just knew that, like, if I was to do it, bro, I'm going to be like, I'm just not going to be.
It's not going to be what we wanted.
Good. Yeah, it's not going to be what we
And especially after already messing up one where it's like.
So I wasn't, I was like.
But it's like, I want to be able to get the full out of it that we can. For sure. But yeah.
But I think overall, like, to me, amazing weekend, so fun. it's like so many things happened. It was so many things happened. But I agree. It's like, it was such a high that when I missed my flight, I got kind of sad because I was like, dang, I guess I'm kind of stuck here and then there's nothing going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, dang, all the homies are kind of back to doing their thing. All the other homies left. Like, everybody's just back to their thing.
Bro, when I drove to Raleigh Denim on Monday to meet you for shooting, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Because it's quiet. All the things are gone.
Dead.
Yes, dead.
I was like, this is...
And it's funny that, like, there really was, like, an energy vibrating in there, like, when everybody's there. People are in or out.
Oh, dude.
Like, I call you, and I'm like, dang, I was just there. You're like, well, I was just here, and then Mez just left. And, like, it was just people...
Back and forth.
In and out. It's just, like, it's such a good energy, bro.
It is. It's nice to the point now, because, like, even last year, like, I was heavy. Like, I knew RD was, like, the hub for a lot of things. So I was like, all right, I need to be around. But I wasn't quite in with y'all and Victor just yet. So it's like I'm still kind of watching from the sideline. And not in like, I'm basically, watching from the sideline, waiting for it to be like, yo, put me in, coach, kind of situation.
No, for sure.
And that's how it was. And it was like nice this year where it was like, I felt better at the point where I could almost kind of just walk in. Especially after Thursday. After meeting with everybody, shooting all this stuff with Lou and all this other stuff. And I was like, the next Friday when they were shooting where it was like kind of done. I remember at one point I just walked right in and I was like, damn, I remember how to be like, yo, Bob, can you let me in? Shit like that where it's like I felt like I needed that.
You're a part of it now.
For sure.
Like you're on the outside looking in. You're like you're a part of it.
For sure.
And not even just be a part of it like in the sense where like fly on the wall. Like you are a part of it, bro. Like we care about what you think. You're like creative. Like your addition to what's going on. Like. That shit important, bro. Like, I feel like I was telling somebody, oh, artist is dope or the man or something. Victor was like, no, he really is. And
well,
I was like,
dude, Victor.
Maybe that was when I was telling the twins. I was like, yo, y'all got to work with artists. Yeah. Was like, yo, no, he's dope. Y'all have to.
Because it was like, cool with me. I thought it was cool because Victor had hit me up about the footage. He's like, hey, did you get Robbie? And I was like, nah, I don't know where to send it to. And then he's like, all right, cool, I got you real quick. And put it in the thing. And then after me and Robbie talked about getting the thing, Victor texted me again separately and was like, yo, like, I think they'll offer you, like, some help kind of thing. Like, you know, they definitely want you involved. He's like, I think they could use someone like you. I was like, damn, okay. I was like, no, I appreciate the love because it's like, especially as a photographer and videographer, I don't know if it's just me, but, like, it's very easy to feel on the outside, kind of, because you are very much, there is a wall there.
For sure.
You are the person behind the lens. You're not in front of the lens.
For sure.
So it's very easy, I think, as a photographer to feel like you're off to the side.
For sure. I always think it's interesting that people, obviously, I get it because we are literally looking at the person, like somebody do something. And so, the person behind often doesn't get credit, the acknowledgement, any of those things. But I'm really like, bro, what we did. Like, I used to tell, was it Mike Jones? I'm like, look, bro, you shooting these videos for me changes my life. This isn't something I'm just like, you're just some guy. This
isn't just a random.
Bro, this changed my life. Those videos, bro, did this weekend, that shit changes my life, bro.
Just one by one.
In a way that, like, we won't even realize until we're somewhere and somebody's like, oh, yeah, I remember seeing this video. It's like, as much as I could, like, write these songs, do these things, like, bro, it's very real. Like, I don't look at it like, oh, I'm here. It's like, I'm like, no, bro, it's a here, if not even that. Like I said, these things can't come to fruition in life in this way if it's, like, not for you. You know what I'm saying? And Victor's somebody who recognizes that,
for sure,
too, which I love.
For sure.
And he's like, no, all of these moving pieces are just as important. It's not these hierarchies or whatever that's involved. Like, he really gets that.
And I think we're getting to a point now lately where a lot of I think Cole Bennett's a good example of people lately who where the videographer and the directors are getting more love for this, or not, or what do you say, getting their flowers more, because you're starting to see these unique styles of the individual. So it's like Cole Bennett video. It's like you don't even need to put the lyrical lemonade tag, and I can tell this is Cole Bennett. I can tell this is Cole Bennett,
for sure.
Which is crazy because you think about older movies where it's like I said, this is very much something I've noticed in the last few years. But it's like you look at old movies like Wes Anderson, like you know it's a Wes Anderson film.
For sure.
And then same thing with the guy that did, it's Daniel, I cannot pronounce his last name, starts with a V, but he's the guy that did Sicario and all those ones where it's like, granted, those are a little bit more, not different style necessarily, but it's a little harder to tell that that's his.
For sure.
But it's like, I feel like I know now more director names than I did 5 years ago when I was watching these films.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because Christopher Nolan's always been a big one. I think I think Batman did very well. Batman and Inception and all that did like
what's the dude?
Crazy
what's my man that did like E.T.? What's his?
Was that Spielberg?
Spielberg, like Steven Spielberg. Like there are names growing up that I'm like, oh, I know these people's names, but yeah, it is cool to like, yeah, bro, that people who seem like they were like behind the scenes when I was growing up now are just as important as people who are like in front of this. Like it's all one, which I'm like, it's dope, bro. Because like you said, how do we get to these? How do you get to this point? The funny thing is, I do feel like there are times where people are like, well, I don't want to be
for sure,
and then you find people being behind. You know what I'm saying?
And I very much enjoyed that aspect of it because there's times where I'm shooting stuff. Or when we're out and about kind of situation where it's like I'm just running around, but I get to be behind the camera, and it's almost nice to kind of create it. It creates a wall.
Yeah.
There was something I shot with football. Shout out Mr. Football. Check out the channel. But I was shooting. I helped him do a tailgate one time.
Oh, okay.
And it was cool.
Was it in state?
Yeah.
I probably saw.
But he's like, yo, just hold the camera. He'll record when I need it. Yada yada. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And I'm standing behind the camera running around while he's with the microphone. And I was like, yo, it's crazy seeing, first of all, people see a camera and they act crazy. And then with him with the microphone, but it was like so many times where we're surrounded by people talking. And he's got a microphone. And people are just genuinely paying me no mind. And I was like, this is perfect. I don't want to be. I don't want. I had one time, I think at that end during that, one person kind of said something to me directed. But like other than that, no one even really acknowledged I was there. They're looking just at the lens. They're like, yo, I see that. Like, I want to be on that. That's basically it. And I was like, yo, this is kind of nice. Because this tailgate environment is not my kind of environment.
It's like it's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
And even Dreamville, I was surprised I was as comfortable as I was at Dreamville with everything. Because usually I feel like first year was cool because it was only like a few thousand. It was like 20,000 or something like that. And then I haven't been since then. Yeah,
it's funny. I think whenever I like, it was one point when we were leaving and we're like in a crowd of people. And low key, bro, I'm definitely claustrophobic. I definitely get a little funny. And it's probably like from this wall to the wall of your kitchen, it was like gates, and it's like trying to fit 30,000 people through that. And I remember like looking down because I'm like watching where I'm stepping. I like looked up and kind of looked over and I was like, okay, you good though. Like I was trying to talk myself because I'm like, this is kind of crazy. Like if something happens right now, like somebody yells, something crazy happens, I'm like, this is insane. Like, bro, it's insane. We're literally kind of packed this up right here.
When you were walking out after you got out of the gates and you're walking down the road that everyone's fucking walking down towards the prison, bro, that looks like a fucking like a movie. Like out of an apocalypse.
Doesn't it, bro?
Because I took a picture and then I saw Quan posted a picture
of all the people.
And it's literally just, you can see it's just a wide street. There's street lights down one side of it, and it was the same picture, basically the same picture I took. Because everyone, it all looks exactly the same. Everyone saw the same thing. Where it was like, bro, you put the phone up and it's just
a sea of people.
Oh, bro, sea of people.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. In my mind, it really is incredible that like people are fine. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there are a few cases where people got hurt, these different things, but like for that many people, bro, for it to be that like peaceful and like that says a lot. I think that's
because the only thing I saw there was a few times during J. Cole's set there were some people, and I think I'm sure some
fainted fast.
Fainted because I mean there were people who were out there from 12 to fucking 9.
Oh, bro, that's a long time.
That's a long.
And festivals are like tough. If you like haven't really been to festivals or you aren't like familiar with the festival culture,
it's hard to navigate,
bro. What? Because you're like food, water, walking.
Yes, the water is free. That's about the only advantage.
For sure.
But like you have to eat.
You got to eat.
The food there is ridiculously priced.
And you kind of got to rest in a weird way. You have to take a time to sit down, be still, just kind of
and recoup for whatever you're trying to see next.
For sure. Let alone too if you like are taking some shit. If you own some shit, it's like that's a whole nother thing. You know,
a whole nother level to it. So yeah, there's definitely like things, and I think that's the only issue I see with them doing it at Dorothea Dix. Is there's not like I think they capped out this year. I'd be very surprised if they add any more tickets if they do it again next year.
I wonder if they have a limit on how many people they can do.
Well, they said because they were sold out leading into the week, but then like Thursday, Friday, they opened it back up and added more tickets. So I'm curious to see like what the actual cap would be. Yeah. And I'm sure there's
like 100.
I'm sure there's a leniency with it because it is outside. Yeah. And I'm sure there were some people who probably didn't come out Sunday from compared to Saturday, yada yada, or vice versa. So it's like you get that weird influx of like not everyone's there, but it's like, all right, it's hard to find areas where there was no area there that like didn't have anybody. That didn't have it. Yeah, there was no empty spot. Even in the middle, even off to the side when you walk in the gate.
Bro, I walked there through the gate, and I'm like, why are the people at the gate, at the front of this? Like, there's nothing even over here, really. But people still there. Like,
so it's like you have that. It's such an open space, but it's not enough open space. And that whole area is laid out weird as hell.
It's so, the weirdest thing to me is like when you go to Dorothy Dix after and you're like, wait, it was 100,000 people here. And you're like, but, because it feels so much smaller. You're like, wait, and the stage was here and there was a Ferris wheel here. It's like, you're just like, wait, how did they even put this together?
How was this even out here?
How was this even out here?
But yeah, it's always interesting. All right, well, cool. Well, shit, that was a nice look up. Yeah, that was 30 minutes basically. All right, well, let's get into the podcast. Let's do it. But yeah, so I know we already talked a lot, but I was like, yo, so recap everybody.
Yeah.
First sound of music. First time listening. Your first references of being like, oh, shit, this is music.
Yeah. Definitely first references I would think would probably be like church.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Being in church, my parents singing in the choir, and then me singing in like the youth choir. And then like remember like being at home and my parents like practicing singing. I guess I wouldn't say my house was like super musical. You feel me?
I'll talk about
my parents listen to music though.
Listen to music, yeah.
A lot of gospel. My dad listens to a lot of like jazz, Sade.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I said, it was like a lot of like, I guess you would kind of like say like practicing like for church. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Yeah, because you're going to get the sounds of people practicing prior to going into the choir.
For sure.
Because it's not, because I know they had, under my church, like choir practice occasionally. For sure. But it was like once a week leading up to Sunday. So it wasn't anything crazy.
In a weird way too, bro, I didn't really like singing in the choir, yo.
And I think that's like also the stigma I see often, or I hear often, I guess, is now we talk to people our age who have, grew up in the church or kind of situation where it's like, I think it's either, and it's very, what I've seen personally or what I've construed from it, it's very one way or the other. Post church. Like once you get of age where you kind of get to make the decision whether or not you want to go, where it's either you had a good time, but usually the people who had a good time growing up in church and things like that, I'm not saying everyone didn't have a good time, but people who really fell in love with that aspect, they are still heavily involved.
For sure.
And it tends to be people I've seen where, like even in high school, I knew people who weren't really heavy church, and then when I got to high school, they became really heavy in the church kind of situation, and that steered their career path. They are now like, youth pastors, and they do stuff like that. Yeah. But then you have people who grew up in church where it was like, church was fine. No issues with it, whatever. And that's how I feel like I was, where I was like, meh, just not my thing, whatever. When I got to the point where I could kind of make that decision, it's like, I'm the opposite way, where it's like, not really in my life at all kind of thing.
For sure.
And I've seen a lot of people where it's like, that's the split.
That's what it is. For sure. And two, like, bro, I was such a shy, nervous kid. So I think I was never probably like really in it, like present while I was always probably like nervous, shot that whole thing. Being up in front of people,
we talked about you having church. Church was not my church was an hour.
Yeah, bro, if you
went to Sunday school, it was 2 hours.
Bro, my church was all day long.
Exactly. So, and I feel like that's another aspect of it
part
too.
To it for sure. Especially as a kid, bro. And like
that's like as a kid, bro, that's like as much as you can enjoy be there, you don't want to be there.
For sure.
Not that
your
long.
attention span, and like there's a different understanding, right? Like it's just as far as you trying to comprehend what's going on with what all this is, it's just a different thing. It did feel good. Church always felt good, but like, yeah, bro, that's probably.
But after hour 3,
like, bro, I'm tapped out. I'm hungry. I want to watch cartoons, eat some cereal or something.
I had a joke. I don't know where I was. I had we talked about people. You spend the night at a friend's house on Saturday. You gotta go to church Sunday morning. Right. You gotta bring your church clothes, or even if you don't got church clothes,
you going to church.
You're still going. Well, you said you had what, 5 of y'all?
Bro, my boy Melvin's mom. Yeah, bro. It was like, it was so many of us, bro. And we had like basketball shorts, Jordan, you know what I mean? She's like, yep, going to church. We was like all up in there. I remember at the top row, like Louis, like looking down, looking over. like
Sunday best.
two XTs or basketball shorts, like looking crazy in there, bro. But like, it's like you go to church.
I took some buddies, spend the night Saturday, had to go to church Sunday, whatever. And I told them that if the candle, because they do the, I can't remember the name of it, when they walk down with the candlestick and then they light the candles.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what that's called. But I told them, I said, if the candles go out, church ends.
It's over.
And I remember them trying to blow the candles out.
Really?
Because they were, I was like, and in my head, I was like, I don't even know why I said that. But yeah, so church first instance. I think that's for a lot of people.
Yeah,
even CJ said the same thing. That's like her first instance, of hearing music.
Shout out CJ.
Yeah, CJ, nice. And then, which is great too. I have to talk about that. Like, you definitely can hear that in her vocals.
Oh, bro, 110%. I do feel like a lot of artists that you could tell, they probably had a church
background. Yeah,
for sure.
Because I feel like that way with like John Legend.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about him.
For
that man went to church.
You just, for sure. You can feel it.
But okay. So fast forward. When'd you start writing? Which I think, when'd you start
Right.
Actually, let's switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
When did you start realizing you were writing music?
Probably like somewhat like 8th grade.
Okay.
I would come home, and I had an hour before my parents would get home, and Rap Scene in the Basement would be on. And at this moment, Tig is obviously in the basement, bringing people through their freestyle and doing their thing. And I would download beats off LimeWire,
of course,
and freestyle, and I was terrible because I'm watching.
LimeWire was so bad for your computer.
Oh, bro,
ruined computers.
Bro.
And then you would pick some that you would download. Oh yeah, and then you go to play it, not the song.
Bro, this is just not to get too off topic. This is super funny. I downloaded. I don't remember what year this was, but like a picture of Janet Jackson.
Downloaded a picture of Janet Jackson?
Okay. But this is the nipple Super Bowl joint.
Bro, crazy. That was first Super Bowl I ever watched.
Okay.
Oh,
really?
Oh, first, because at that age, I'm like...
That might have been the first one I watched, too, now I think about it.
Because that was like, 3, 4.
It's probably 3, 4.
So I'm single.
That's why I was in middle school.
I'm single digits.
Yeah.
So I remember watching it at my dad's, actually at my grandma's, and watching on TV. And I just remember watching a halftime show. I'm like, oh, cool, whatever. And then it popped, and like, I don't even think I registered.
Yeah, you know what's going on.
Then...
Because they cut the lights off in the whole stadium, I think. Bro.
Quick.
Something like that. But I definitely was like, I might have been in 7th grade, 8th grade.
They had a picture of that?
Bro, I was definitely probably some freak shit, for sure.
I didn't know they had a picture of that moment.
I downloaded that picture off of LimeWire.
Didn't know they had pictures.
And accidentally made it a desktop
background?
Yes, bro. So, and at that time, didn't know how to remove it. So my dad is like, yo, what is... And I'm just like, oh, maybe a virus. Like, oh, no.
Wasn't me.
I don't know.
It was not me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't know. It wasn't me. But anyway, yeah, you used to download beats off, instrumentals off LimeWire, freestyle to them, and then kind of was like, dang, I should probably write something. So that's kind of, I'll say like 8th grade is kind of when I was like putting it together.
Okay, so then fast forward high school.
Yeah.
And then still hoop dreaming, right?
High school, we hoop dreaming, bro. We thinking we going D1, we going to Duke. Then we get, top 10 draft. It was insane that I thought that. Dope. I'm glad I thought that.
For sure.
My mind is like,
Because it's always like, always nice when someone has the inspiration for anything, whether or not, even if it doesn't happen, if you don't have the inspiration to begin with.
That's it,
even
bro.
the chance, it's not going to happen anyway.
And I like that I could just believe I could really do anything. I really do. And it's like in time that kind of like fade. I wish I had that much now. You know what I mean? It's like in time it fades. But I was hoop dreaming super heavy and dabbling in music here and there. Though I was still like writing, and me and my friends.
But also, I feel like basketball and music go hand in hand.
Bro, oh my God, bro. Me and Poobie would like write. We would be in class. Like,
oh, you had him writing too?
Huh?
You had him writing too?
Bro, we would write verses.
Does he have any recorded?
No. Because he never really like wanted to rap. It was more like we would write. We would just try to come up with dope lines, and then after school be like, bro, look what I wrote in 3rd period. This is an idea, that kind of thing.
Damn, because I would have loved to find some stuff from him.
Oh yeah, I don't think he had. He might have something where he's rapping with me, like freestyle on a video. We would have to try to find it.
I know he's in the Love and Basketball video.
He's definitely loving basketball.
I have that video for us too.
Dang, dog.
Yeah.
How the hell did you find that?
Bro, it's on the internet.
Okay.
You didn't delete everything. You like to. I know you like to think you deleted everything.
I know. I'm like, dang, I got some more like going on.
Oh, bro,
I'm not touching that.
You got stuff back to 2009.
Yeah, I'm not messing with those.
But yeah. So I saw him on there. But yeah, so y'all writing together.
Yeah.
Is he like your first person you kind of wrote with? I shouldn't say wrote with.
But like in that way, right?
Yeah, I feel like exposing it
To
like,
be
hey,
honest,
I'm writing.
Now that I think so, yeah. I never thought about that, but yeah. Bro, I didn't even tell anybody.
I was like, yeah.
Ever that like, yo, I'm trying to rap, do music. Nothing. Like, not until even like maybe my junior or senior year was I kind of letting other people know, like, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about like getting into this music thing, maybe trying to do it more serious. But before that, nobody.
Because at that point, I don't think I asked you this last time. At that point, senior year, you're in Raleigh. Is there anyone in Raleigh
Just doing it crazy?
Yeah.
So I will say, in my high school, they're 2 years older than me. They was called the D-Boys. My boy Chulo and Titan. Titan's real name is Justin, but my boy Chulo. And they were the D-Boys. Like I said, they were 2 years older than me. And Jamar used to run with them super heavy. And they had a mixtape called The Crack House, which is a wild
Crazy name.
But bro, and they were the first ones kind of that I was like, I like actually looked at them like they were famous. Like I was like, oh, these dudes are like on. You know what I'm saying? And they had a mixtape who were passing mixtapes out. And bro, me and Pooh would listen to their mixtape every day. And I would go to school like, I can't believe I go to school with these dudes. Because at that time, you don't realize that like you can record, burn a CD. Like that just felt so foreign, especially back then, bro. This is like 06, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is like 06, 07.
So,
who was doing
because back then, the idea of trying to record something, you were thinking, you got to go to a full-out
That's
studio.
insane,
yeah,
bro.
like you were talking about, you really have to be in your head, or you're like, as a kid, you're like, damn, you got to be on to do that.
Bro, it was mixed. They had effects. I'm like, who are, like, how are y'all, who are these people? How are they doing it? You feel me? So, and then people used to, like, battle at my school and stuff like that, but they were the first ones that, like, I was like, oh, they're doing it at a high level. They're super dope. I like looked up to them and admired them. And then I was like, oh, this is possible.
Okay. Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
Because then at what point did it kind of hit you where you were like, I can do this?
To be honest, though, not until the first joint I ever recorded.
Okay.
Which
we can play that.
Which you have.
Let's see. What we got here?
I want to say, unfortunately, you have, but it's dope that you have it.
The Throw It in the Bag remix. First ever song recorded. Is this the Throw It in the Bag beat, though?
Hold on, do it now?
Throw It in the Bag beat?
Yeah, the remix beat.
I didn't
There's the original. This one got Drake on it.
If I'm running out of cash, next stop on the Visa.
That's right. I have no money with that.
Louis V bag for her girlfriend, Risa.
Really?
Yeah. Did you know Risa?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious.
That's what? Okay.
Well, while we're on this, we might as well get in here.
That's a tough list.
We got Bobby James, Take You Down remix featuring Drake.
Bro, you like killing my soul.
Drake was on this remix, bro.
Drake was on this with me. I was just feeling Drake. Yeah, I take you down. Go get the handcuffs, tie my hands up. We can get freaky if you want to. No limit to things that I won't do, cause I want you on time. Okay, bro. Okay. You already heard it.
I'll play it in there. I'll put the links on there.
Please, no.
I don't think I can link those.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're lucky on those ones. But yeah, so I know it's gotta hurt here now.
What? Oh my God.
But also at the same time, it's like the fact that you put those out is still kind of dope though. Cause like I know the first shit I recorded definitely never touched any streaming platform of any sort.
Like because you didn't want to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you was fucking smart.
Yeah.
I should have felt that way.
I don't even remember. I think I told you last time. The first song I ever posted was on SoundCloud. It's still on there. USB mic. Yeah. Crazy, no unnecessary effects. Yeah. Whatever. I'm using GarageBand at this point. Yeah. No, I'm sure there's a handful of plugins on it. Nothing crazy. But then I had like maybe 2 on there, maybe 3, and then I was like, all right, I'll put out mixtape.
Yeah.
Which of course at this time though, we're much more advanced. Where I'm able to do it, I'm using Logic Pro.
For sure.
I'm able to I'm watching YouTube videos on how to do this, how to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So all right, so we got first songs out. Came out 2009. Were you still in school then?
I graduated 2009.
Okay, so this is senior year.
So, but what it is, though, I graduated probably like, when did people, March, April or something?
Yeah.
What do you graduate from?
I think we graduated in June.
Okay, so I got it way off. That's how long I've been at school.
So
I graduated June in 2009. I didn't record that till like,
I think so the first one was August.
I was about to say.
The first one I think said
after
August.
I'm like, after high school, I was like, is when I
So you start recording.
recording.
When does Main Event Army kind of come into play?
To be honest, kind of around that time, I was at Wake Tech, the one on Lewisburg. Crisis lived up the street. So I used to like really not even go to class and just go to his crib, and I started recording. And then I was there I was there as much as I could.
Yeah,
be. I was really kind of every day. So we recording all these songs, and then that's when the Black Money thing happened.
Yeah, because that's subgroup, right?
Subgroup. So I was in Black Money first with a bunch of people. I was going through the studio so much, doing video, all this stuff, and Crisis was like, dang, bro, telling Dre and Big Money Live, RP Big Money Live, like, yo, this dude Bobby's dope. We should put him. He should come, like, move up
the ranks
with us for sure. And so then they put me in Main Event Army with them.
Okay.
Right. Then Stax came into it. Montana Stax came into it. And it was Dr. Dre. It was Dre Cannis, Montana.
Did he rap?
Big Money Live. Not really. Dre rapped on like a few, like 2 or 3 songs.
Okay.
But he was more like
the videos. Yeah. Because I know he shot a lot of your early
and
stuff.
I think Dre used to probably do our graphics too. He used to do like all of that kind of
stuff.
Okay. Super talented too, bro.
Okay. Yeah. So we get to, we got Black Money Entertainment. So joining then, first tape, Grayscale.
Yeah.
So first tape, Grayscale. All right, I'm sure we're going. Yeah, so first tape, Grayscale.
Yeah.
At what point after joining, or actually, okay, does Grayscale come out before Main Event? Before you get up in Main Event?
No, after. That's the first, like, tape
first tape.
released,
okay.
like, being with Main Event.
Okay.
Real, yeah.
So is that basically what kickstarted that project?
Yeah. Being with Crisis a lot, him releasing projects, and him kind of be like, bro, it's time for us to lock in and do a project. And then putting that together. And it's cool that whenever we had this conversation the first time, you referenced about Grayscale being the entry level to kind of art or color.
Like color theory. Yeah, color theory. Grayscale is like the beginning of everything.
I never really thought about that. Like when
we're putting that out?
Yeah, bro. You said that, I'm like, man, that's interesting.
Yeah, first project. Yeah. Which, it's great. It's honestly out of your tape names, it's probably my favorite name.
Oh, dope. Yeah,
favorite name.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, then again,
yeah, because some of the other names are insane, but
but also, the cover for Grayscale was insane.
Downtown Flint, Michigan.
Were you on the cover
of the Grayscale?
Yeah,
I think so. I got like headphones on. I think I got a pink G-Shock on. I think I'm like this in the middle of the street and like that.
For a city you've never been in.
Yeah, Flint. Like, shout out Flint, Michigan. I don't know what that was about.
Like why you chose that city?
Yeah.
So Grayscale. Are you putting out music on MySpace at this point? Or prior? Or is MySpace pretty much done after this? I'm trying to remember when MySpace went out.
Dang, bro. I don't really remember, to be honest. Maybe, like, I feel like MySpace might have been out at that time.
Okay.
And I was kind of, like, probably uploading stuff on, like, Facebook and stuff like that.
Because they had the MySpace name Bobby James Integrity.
Yeah.
What was that from?
Wale.
That's right. Love for Wale.
Artistic integrity.
Yeah. Because we talked about, because you loved Wale, right?
Bro,
at that time, who were you listening to, you think? Wale, clearly.
Wale, probably like Cudi.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Big Sean.
Damn, yeah, Big Sean. Is the Detroit album mixtape out yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not, bro. I feel like it's like what Finally Fame, like the mixtape, probably like Finally Fame, the mixtape where he's freestyling or something like that, or like a bunch of like over beats, industry beats.
I don't remember.
I'm trying to think about like what Big Sean thing was out at that time, because that was almost. It was Drake, Cole, Kendrick, but a little bit before them. It was like Mac Miller. It was like Wiz, like.
Okay, yeah. So Finally Famous is 2011.
Yeah. So this is around that.
Okay,
time.
yeah.
It's that, yeah. Big Sean, Cudi, like I said, Wale. It's all those people on that freshman cover, bro. That first one, Charles Hamilton.
Yeah, that freshman cover was crazy.
What's the white dude that had the college song?
Asher
Roth. Like B.O.B. I think Freddie Gibbs was on that too, actually.
Which is so crazy to think about, because like Freddie just got.
I know.
Well, I think
in the past like 4 or 5 years where he like kind of took off crazy. But you know, did you know I interviewed him?
You interviewed Freddie Gibbs?
Yeah.
What?
I should have, like, before we did, I should have sent you links to all my interviews. I interviewed him. I interviewed a few people.
When?
This is when I was in LA. I had a show. But,
all right. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay,
all right. Yeah, we're going to bring that back up. I didn't realize that. Because I almost texted you about, because I did that for a few people, but usually I'll only ask people to send me stuff when I'm struggling to find stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I did not with you. Thank you, Facebook. Facebook had all your shit, bro.
Lord, bro.
But yeah, okay. So where are we at? Grayscale, past Grayscale.
Yeah.
What's the year gap between Grayscale and Dark Skin Bad Hair?
I'm thinking maybe 2 years.
Okay, so some
few
time.
years. Yeah, sometime.
Yeah,
I think sometime.
Okay.
Sometime.
So what changes? Any change as far as Grayscale and that one?
Not too much. I think just more like, obviously, like more confident. I've been doing it a little bit longer and kind of finding my sound. You know, at the beginning when you first start doing music recording, you like,
you don't know where you're headed.
For sure. And those guys I named, I listened to them so much. I kind of like was stealing Wale's thing. I was like,
dude, it's so easy. Because I did that heavy on the first tape I put out on SoundCloud, which is still there. But I can almost go into that project and almost not necessarily name you a specific song, but I could probably listen to the song and be like, oh yeah, that's definitely this influence, this influence. Almost to a T on majority of them. I know one on there is called Never Make It, and that is heavy J. Cole KOD. Heavy J. Cole KOD influence. Because he was doing that Kill Edward. Bro, I love that shit. I don't know why, but because Mac did it first with Delusional Thomas, where he had all these crazy alter egos, which is like kind of crazy at the time, I feel like, because that was when a time where it was like you couldn't really reinvent yourself. Because you go, this is why people listen to you, this is your sound.
For sure, you're like kind of stuck in that way.
And so he was like, all right, well, fuck that. I'm just going to make alter egos that people aren't even going to know is me and put them out. Because, I mean, he has a whole tape under Delusional Thomas where he's Delusional Thomas, and then there's songs on there which are featuring Mac Miller, which is just wild. But it's like, that Larry Lovestein, which is like and then what's one more? Larry Fisherman. Larry Fisherman is like his
jazz one.
Larry Lovestein. Lovestein, something like that. That's his jazzy one. And then the Larry Fisherman, which is just like his producer tag, pretty much. But yeah, so like getting to kind of that was like I just love the alter egos, and then putting your alter egos on a track together. It's insane. But so Dark Skin Bad Hair. Are you at this point? Are you popping in the city at all? Are you getting recognition?
Dark Skin Bad Hair. At this point, I feel like I was probably when I really started to do like shows and stuff.
Okay. So what was your first show?
Showing face. Ooh, that's such a good one. Damn. So I do think my first show, there was a contest to open for, was it Jeezy? It's like Jeezy or Yo Gotti or somebody.
It's so crazy that they used to do contests for that.
It was like a thing that.
You would never get that now.
And that for sure. And that was the first time I think I ever performed. It was a place. Dang, I remember where it said. I can't remember what street that is, but
don't exist no more.
Nah.
Okay.
It's like
I feel like there's a lot of places in Raleigh. Because I didn't get out here till 14, and I didn't even get in a relevancy to the music scene. Not even my own relevancy, but even become aware of the music scene out here until probably 18.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, like I'm here for 4 years, but music scene don't mean nothing to me other than big names. I remember seeing Flatbush in like 15 at the Lincoln, which would never happen now. But
this was probably 12. This is probably 2012. I think the place was off Atlantic. This is 2012, and it was like a bunch of us, obviously trying out for this thing. And I think, you know what's funny? I made it. Shout out my boy Cash Mula. It was me, him, and maybe one other person. We made it to the end, and then they ended up like not whoever that it was didn't even end up coming. So we like kind of did all that. They didn't even end up choosing anybody, whatever. But I remember thinking like feeling good about that though. That like I made it,
to the end, yeah,
for sure.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you felt first time performing?
Oh, bro, so nervous, dog.
Well, because it's funny you say that because O was telling me, it might be some of the clips from Friday, where he talks about how your show ritual is basically act like it's not happening.
That's my show ritual?
Yeah. So I don't know if you do
like
that
pre the show?
Yeah. I don't know if you do that intentionally or just clearly involuntarily.
Well, I think that before,
Not saying it's not happening, but you're very, like, you go about your day like nothing's changed.
I have to do that because I think I'll get too like anxious and I'll worry too much about like my biggest, I don't like, but there's been too many times where I perform and when I finish performing, I don't even remember it because I could be so checked out in a way of like, I was so robotic. I wasn't feeling it because I was so like either nervous or anxious. Like I don't want to mess up, or people like me, or they're enjoying themselves. Yeah. Am I engaging enough? Am I all of these things that like you just aren't present and doing it and taking what comes and enjoying it and like
it's almost kind of saving it for the end of the day.
Yeah, and it kind of being like a thing where like as much as performing is, that's what I was telling my nephew when he was like he was like nervous, like all day he was like I'm gonna come do it, and when he walked in and saw the people he was like yeah I'm nervous, I'm not doing this, and I was like bro it's gonna be cool, and I was like as much as it is you are performing for people and entertaining people, I look at it like how much about is this for me. And me to express and let go and release. Obviously, I want to do as good as I can and people to have fun and enjoy themselves. But this is about like me expressing myself and wanting to like get all this shit out. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I don't like doing anything.
You good? My phone just died.
Oh, her.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel like because I was like, oh, never mind. No, it didn't. It just reset itself.
Bro, when we did Summer in the Carolinas, I remember right before, I'm talking about like 4 minutes before I was about to go on, for some reason I just got like an anxiety. I just got like
hit with.
I'm like, what is this? This is weird. And like, I started thinking like, do I remember this? And then, I don't know, I was just going whatever. And I remember football had a football. And I remember I just like ran out to him like, yo, he threw it. And I threw it for him for like 2 minutes. And it took my mind off all of that. Yeah. And all I know is Owen was like, yo, like come to the stage. Yeah. And I went on. Yeah. And it's like, so I don't like sitting around trying to think about and like, or being quiet.
That's what I was about to say.
And then people being weird, how do you, I don't like all that. It's like, I like shit to be very normal.
That makes sense though. Almost like you're going about your day like nothing's happening because it's keeping you preoccupied. Because it's like, all right, when this time comes, I'm ready. But it's like before then, why am I going to sit here? Because it's also, especially as a performer, it's like as long as you do everything leading up to the day. Yeah, like they got your music. They got everything like that. You've done sound check, whatever. And it's like after that, it's out of your hands anyway. So it's like, why am I gonna stress myself out?
For sure. And you like you know it, right? So it's like you know the songs, you know how everything is supposed to go. So I just feel like too much space left open for me to like try to think about how it's going to go. All these, I really don't like. And I mean, I'm still kind of working through that, bro. I know I'm just like. My goal, honestly, when I perform, like, I really want to have fun. I want to get off stage and be like, dang, man, that was fun.
That was the time, yeah.
You know.
All right, so we're in Grayscale era, dark skin and bad hair. Yep. When does Hometown come out?
Dang. Probably.
In between there or after?
I want to say Hometown is on The Ugly Duck.
No, it's not.
Okay. Oh, it is on that. It's on Dark Skin and Bad Hair.
Okay.
It's on that.
Featuring True 41. Shout out John Wall.
Right. So that project comes out. We did that song.
Did y'all put the song out before the project?
No, after actually, which is so funny that we did that after. Like that project came out, people were like, oh, that song. I knew people would like the song, but I was like, damn, we probably should shoot a video for this song. Shot the video for the song. Mm-hmm. And then, it went crazy.
50,000 overnight.
50,000 overnight.
Interview on WRAL.
And I was like, oh, bro, I'm out of here.
We're gone. Oh, yeah, we're gone.
I'm about to be on.
So what happens after that, though?
From that song?
Yeah. Nothing.
Really, bro? I mean, I'll say this. From that, though, definitely was like more eyes. And like now when I go to a show and do things, people are like, oh, yo, Bobby James. You know what I mean? I was like, dang, that's kind of tight. You know what I'm saying?
You said something about your mom, too.
Oh, yeah. People were emailing my mom, because she was a teacher, like, yo, I think I saw your son on the news. And they would email her the link to the video, and then she sent it, obviously, to everybody. You know what I'm saying? But that was, like, kind of a cool moment, and I was like, it was dope because it was obviously about Raleigh and the town, and it kind of just felt like it brought people together. You know, that type of thing.
Sir, for sure. And I think that's, like, people are still trying to pull on that too, where it's like, yo, let me just make a song about the hometown,
the city, bro.
and it works to an extent. I've seen some recently that it's like, I know you're trying for it, but it's just like it's not always the right answer
For sure.
And it's nice to have the sentiment there, but sometimes it just doesn't sit.
For sure.
And it's like you got to go on. I feel like we should probably play a clip of the news article, just cause. I'll fast forward it too if you need to.
Scott Mason profiles a rap group from Raleigh with a positive hometown message.
Here to my right, and this is Montana Stacks to my left.
And that's Bobby James, and Raleigh is their hometown.
Good video, though.
It's a music
Yeah.
video that's
Very
become
good,
a
though.
YouTube hit. 50,000 hits when it first hit the web.
Almost kind of overnight, just about. It was just going crazy. It was like on blog sites.
Rap sometimes gets a bad rap, but this tune puts a
Who did this
positive
title?
face
My boy
on
Scott. I wonder if he's still at WRL.
the lens of this little camera.
Raleigh, hey.
I hate they had us rapid.
How'd you perform
They
it?
had us perform it at there.
And just record it.
All right, we're gonna cut that there. Let's make sure I'll put that clip in the video so everybody can watch that too. Yeah, it's crazy they had y'all rapping on. That is such a fucking news thing.
Yeah, it's a new.
Where it's like, hey, we got these rappers.
You guys like
y'all should
perform
rap
real quick. It's like, all right.
Okay, so Hometown comes out after Dark Skin, Bad Hair. Where, I mean, what are we in? What at this point? We're in 12 probably? Because Duckling was 13.
12.
Yeah, so we're in like 2012. Blog era heavy. Which I was noticed, there was a lot of, when I was scrolling through your stuff, a lot of...
Two Dub Warrior.
Not even just 2 double, just in general.
Just
article write-ups. Just write-ups all over the place, bro.
Yeah.
Flooded. Just blogs. Like, yo, thanks for this write-out. Thanks for this write-up. Yeah.
You could get on that. You know?
Yeah, so that was cool to see that. And then, so fast forward, where Ugly Duckling. Was that the one for you? Actually, no, hang on.
Yeah.
Rewind.
Okay.
I got oh, come on, I wrote all my shit down. Fresh Air Studio.
Fresh Air Studio. Yeah, shout out Mark, Dom, Sam, Commissioner Gordon, that was his producer name, Sam Island now, and Mez, bro. I met Mez first, a bunch of homies like put that together, linked this up. Then they had a studio.
How did the link up come together?
Bro, it was a bunch of people I DM'd on Twitter, no response. Shout out my bro Mez, I love you to death, bro, but no, definitely no response. And I hit my homegirl Caleb, my boy Chris, my boy BJ, like, yo,
put me in contact.
Yeah, you know, so, and my homegirl Deidre, I think Deidre might have actually kind of made the play, but all of my homies, like I said, Deidre, Swain, Chris, BJ, they all kind of reached out to him. You know what I mean? And like, when you got 4 people hitting you up about one person, they all were tight with him.
Okay, so yeah.
And he was like, oh, bro, you know what, whatever. And so, like, he was like, yo, pull up to the crib. I was like, yo, I think I got a song that I want to put you on. I'm pretty sure he, like, heard some of my music. Somebody said, you know, whatever.
So at this point, because you're 2 tapes in, working on the third.
Yeah.
You're 2 tapes in, so it's like you kind of have a sound.
I got a little sound, and like I performed a bit. I had enough going that if he asked people about me, they were like, "Oh, this dude's cool."
Okay,
like,
okay,
you know what I mean?
okay,
Like, he's legit.
You have a backing. There's something to back you up.
He take this serious
Okay.
for sure, and he's trying to do the thing. So,
pull up on Fred. Pull up on Mez.
That's when I met Ruben. Shout out Ruben. That he was in Mez. They was working on a cover or something for Mez the first time, and me and Mez got tight kind of that first moment. Cause he's like, bro, who do you like? And I like grew up like Lupe was my guy, and he loves Lupe. So we were just talking about all like, you know, being like nerding out over Lupe. And like, yeah, bro, I remember I played him the song, Pieces of Gold. And he was like, yeah, bro, this is dope. And yeah, bro, he did a verse for that song. And then we put that song on The Ugly Duckling. And The Ugly Duckling was kind of the mixtape that definitely like changed things for me.
You said which song?
I think it's called Pieces of Gold.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's Pieces of Gold, right? Yeah. That beat is so Crisis produced the whole thing too. Killed a Casino Crisis.
I'm from the south side. Everybody wanna be a millionaire. A million ways, a million views, already a millionaire. My mentality, tally on locality, vocabulary.
Do you feel better hearing this?
Hearing this, I feel so much better. I'm like, okay, it's still a little like,
But you're rapping though, like you are rapping.
I'm rapping. I'm definitely rapping.
I'd hear Mez's verse.
I'm from the south side, everybody wanna be a millionaire. Chastain, Granny Wood, nigga probably shopping and skilling there. Had fish fight, had barbecue, son, nigga put gun for the killing there. First time I got
He's always had such a unique voice.
Such a good voice, bro. Such
My
a
second
good voice.
home, and the devil know why. 21 shootings in a weekend, many bury you plus. They said when you conscious, you can't reach the masses, tell them to stop. Them niggas like aluminum foil, they never get hot. Niggas trying to give advice, you ain't made. I answer like.
So at this point, where
funny, bro.
is Mez at solely at this point?
At this time, Mez put out, dang, what's the
Because he's going by King Mez at this
King
point.
Mez at this time? He put out, definitely has a project out. I can't think of what the name of it was. At this point though, he had been on like BT, had a song, like video. On
Oh,
106
okay.
He had a song that
So he's
Cole
in-
had produced. He like
Okay. So he's up there already at this point.
for sure.
Okay.
He got some motion for sure going.
So Ugly Duckling comes out of this meeting essentially.
Yeah.
Crisis is still doing the production though, right?
It was every song up there.
Damn,
What
that's
is
crazy.
that on, by the way?
Audio Mac.
Audio Man. Okay, I'm like that. I kind of want to go back and listen to.
Yeah. The whole thing, whole project's on there.
Yeah.
Whole project's on that one. That's the only project I can find of the old stuff.
I got a song up there called Scrubs that we sampled the same beat that Mac Miller used for Donald Trump.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's sampled the same. We use that same sample.
Really? You said for which track?
I think it's called Scrubs, bro.
Yeah, Scrubs Casino.
I think it's that one.
Because I listened to these briefly, but I'm not going to get. There's 16 tracks. Which
Yeah,
is,
no, for sure.
Which is crazy.
I know.
Um,
But that was my favorite song up there, and I was kind of like, oh, this is single because I'm kind of singing. It's like rappy, R&B-ish or whatever.
we're going to get ads. Never mind.
Yeah, it's all good. And, I remember telling Mance, I was like, dang, bro, this is a song I want to promote. I really like this song. And he low-key set up meetings with people at like blogs and labels to listen to that song. You know what I mean?
Okay.
To hear that song, it was like really dope.
Damn. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's like your first introduction into like the industry.
For sure. Oh, 110% through him.
So yeah, so Ugly Duckling comes out. Motion starts going.
Yeah.
So we're in what, 2013?
We're in, at this point.
'Cause it came out the end of 13.
Yeah, we're at 2013. I'm in college at this time.
That's right. Okay, so yeah, you go to the arts college.
I'm in college, and it's crazy. The next time, and I'm doing some shows locally. The next time, my first big performance, I opened for Action Bronson at Cat's Cradle.
Yeah, back room.
Yeah. Well, you talking about Wells, though, right? Oh, dang, you got the picture. Is that not funny? And he's holding the knife. I remember after he finished performing, he called us in the room like he wanted to meet us, and he's like, funny too. We get there or whatever. I'm super hyped or whatever, and I got that call that day. My boy DJ Paradigm was like, "Yeah, you want to open for Action Bronson?" I just got out of class. I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Yes.
I'll come right now. So I missed sound check or whatever because I'm like trying to get a haircut. We try to put the songs together. We get there, and it was me, Crisis, and Stacks. I only had enough money, gas to get there.
Dang.
We literally like, bro, we don't know how we gonna get back, but we'll figure it out.
Where is that? This is in Carborough. Okay.
This is right. So we get there, super hype. DJ Flash was like DJing, kind of like the host DJ or whatever.
Yeah.
And Crisis lived across the street from him. Crisis knew him. So I remember right before we about to go out, and I think it's sold out. I don't know how many that place holds, but
Good amount.
Good
yeah,
amount, right?
Cat's Cradle's good size. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen Midnight Trust there.
Okay.
I saw Turnover there.
Yeah. So I know it holds a good amount of people.
It's a good size.
It's flooded though. It's sold out. First time he performed that many people too, and like for Action Bronson, I'm like, and he popping at this time. And Flash is like, all right, before I bring y'all out, like, what's y'all name or whatever? I'm like, yo, Bobby Jane with Main Event Army. Like, okay, cool, bro. He go out there, and he's like saying something. He's like, it gets quiet. He come back like, yo, what was y'all name again? I'm like, oh, I was like, dang, I don't think this is about to go well. So he goes back out, and he's like, yo, y'all ready to see Action Bronson? Like, yeah. He's like, okay, well, before he comes out,
why you gonna preface like
they
that?
started booing.
I believe it.
And I'm like,
Because how you gonna preface that and then...
yeah. But I'm like, fuck. So low key, I'm like, oh, he doesn't really remember our name.
Yeah.
They're booing, like, this is about to be terrible. You know what I'm saying? And he low key held it down. He was like, kind of quieted everybody down. It's like, yo, well, y'all love like Rhapsody, right? Like, yeah, y'all love Matt Really. Yeah, well, these guys are coming up. They dope. Y'all got to give them a chance to make some noise. And he like got him back.
Okay,
you know,
good.
like,
That's a good DJ. That's a great DJ.
He's a legend.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
So
a great DJ.
He got him back going. We went out. We did this whole kid or whatever. After that,
You're good.
after that, They like come pull up. So we go in. He's like, bro, I heard y'all kill it. And this is my first time seeing them perform too. And bro, he was like, doing wrestling moves on people and like throwing people off the stage. It was like crazy.
Dang, okay.
He's like no shirt, no socks, no shoes. And like it would be like people getting crowd surfed to the front of the stage. He would like grab like, it'd be like a girl, let's say he like grab her, throw her on his shoulders and like spin around and toss her. And like, bro, it was like insane. He put people like headlocks. Like it was such a dope show. I never saw that.
Yeah, nothing like that.
And but yeah, he called us in the like whatever room he was in, and he was like literally cooking. And I'm like, oh, he really be cooking and shit. And he had this huge knife, and he's like, yeah, man, y'all want anything? We're like, no, we good, bro. We gotta go back. And I'm like, can we get a picture? He's like, yeah, that's why he's in the picture with the knife, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so funny. And then I'm like, I go to tell DJ. Damn, it was one of Dom homies. I'm forgetting his name right now. I can't remember his name. But he was the one that was there and kind of like putting it together. But I wanted to tell him that I was like leaving. And he was like, oh, bro, did I pay you yet? And I was like, nah, bro. He gave me like $300. And my set was maybe 15 minutes. And I was like.
That's your first time getting paid.
First time, bro. Off music and that, like, what? And I'm like, wait, what? $300? And at that time, bro, $300 in 15 minutes, I was just like, what am I even doing? Like, what's going on?
At that point, I feel like that's a battery.
Oh,
that's
bro,
a battery.
I was just like, I broke the homies off with some bread, filled the car up. We like got snatched. We back geeking on the way back home, just like, oh, this is amazing. I told my teacher the next day, because I think that might have been on the news too. So
okay.
I go into class and they're like, you opened for Aspen Bronson last night? Like, what the hell? So my teacher's like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, Miss JB, I got paid too, and da-da-da. And she was like, yo, you're a professional now. And I'm like, wait, what? She was like, yo, you got paid for doing the thing. You're a professional now. She was like, you need to start thinking about
professionally,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, bro. And yeah.
Damn,
that shit was crazy, dog. It was crazy.
So, all right, so fast forward, we got to talk about LA.
Yeah.
So talk about before first time out.
Oh, yeah, first time out, September 11, 2014. Never will forget that day. I fly out there. Mans had been out there for like maybe 2 months, writing on Compton at that time. And so I go out there.
Shout out Dr. Dre.
Shout out Dr. Dre. So I go out there to stay with him for like a week. First day in LA, we go to the studio and I meet Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The first day in LA. First day really being on the plane too. It was like crazy. And Dre was showing Snoop clips of the movie Straight Outta Compton. This is before it like obviously came. Like, bro, I remember him he was showing Snoop the clip where he's like in a Ferrari and the police is chasing him, like he's on the chase or whatever. And like it wasn't even color corrected. It had like words on it and all that, but he was showing him that. I remember thinking like, this is insane. Like to be in LA, to be Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, and he's showing him Straight Outta Compton. Like, what is it even going on right now? You know what I'm saying?
So talk about the week there.
That whole week was amazing, bro. We saw like, I remember that week it was like Kevin Hart, Chris Brown. I want to say maybe The Game came to the studio. It was like so many people in that week, and I'm thinking like, oh, this is what it is. I'm like, for sure when I graduate, I'm moving out. Because like this is insane, right? Like what's going, the last day before I left, I actually got to sing on a song that like they were trying to put together for Snoop and Dre, and we were like they needed like a bridge or something. And I remember working on the bridge, and I remember coming back and I was like on such a high, dog. And then when I came back, nobody believed me that they were like, bro, you weren't. And I couldn't be like, well, look at this picture, look at this video, because you couldn't take pictures,
Yeah.
But bro, that week was like incredible, dog. Incredible. Like, when I think back to
you met Rip Rubin too, right?
That was when I moved.
Oh, that's when you back. Okay.
After, yeah.
All right, so crazy week. You get back. What's your headspace?
Going to LA, bro. I was thinking about it every day. Like I couldn't even concentrate in class. I was just like, why am I here? I need to be back out there.
Oh yeah, you're like, why am I?
And then I'm like talking to Mez, he's like, oh, such and such came, Timberlake, this person came through today. And then I'm just like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
FOMO, 100%. You're missing out.
God, it was so crazy. So like I said, that was September 11, 2014. I graduate in March 2015 and move out there April 2015.
Talk about the process of moving out there.
Bro, buy a one-way ticket, didn't tell anybody. I told my mom the day before I left, like, yo, I think I'm moving to LA. And she's like, what? Are you talking what? Like, what are you talking about? You don't have anything? I didn't have a suitcase, nothing, bro, but I'm just like, yo, I'm going. Pack on myself, fly out to LA, land, call Mans when I land, like, bro, I did it. I moved. I'm out here in LA. What's up? What you on? And he's like, oh, bro, I'm in Vegas. I come back in like a week or something or two or like something like that. I'm like, dang, okay, I got to figure. I have no idea where I even can go to figure, whatever. And I'm definitely thinking like, yo, I'm about to get a plane ticket back home because I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm very impulsive, so I was like, oh, this is just some impulsive shit I tried. It didn't work out. So I'm like, yo, I'm going back. As I'm sitting there looking at flights, a bunch of commotion, and out walks T.I., and he's walking out and stands literally right in front of me. And his back is towards me, though. He's, like, looking for his car. It's, like, security. Yeah. He tell his homeboy, like, yo, go see if the car's up there. And he's, like, kind of, like, on his phone, like, looking up. They looking around, whatever. And for whatever reason, just, like, look behind him. And I'm like, oh, T.I. And I, like, just stick my hand out. He, like, slapped my hand and, like, just walk off. And I was like, damn, I'm supposed to be here. Like, it was just so random. I was like, oh, I'm supposed to.
Well, yeah, because in that moment, you're about to go back.
But I was literally.
Because you get out there. Flights. Yeah, you go out there. Your one, like, help.
For sure,
essentially, is not there.
Isn't there.
Not his fault, but just not.
For sure. No,
just
for
not
sure.
there.
He didn't even know I was going to
exactly.
go, you know
which is also probably kind.
Yeah. So, you know.
Yeah, and then you're like, damn, I'm supposed to be here.
I was like, what? So I was like, oh, I like kind of settled.
What did you do for,
like, work?
No, what did you do while you were the week you got there,
bro? So I don't want to take too long. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible because this is actually like even more incredible than that. I get Jamar's friend has the connection, works at the Marriott and can get crazy discounts at the Marriott. So when the thing happened with T, I kind of like calmed down. I was like, yo, all right, let me hear Jamar about this Marriott thing. I get 2 nights in the Marriott for like $50 a night, crazy. Right? And it's the JW Marriott downtown LA, right? Which is insane. Go to the hotel. They're like, yo, how many beds do you want? And for some reason, I'm like, yo, 2 beds. I was just so anxious about everything. I was just like, yo, 2 beds or whatever. So that night, my boy Sam Allen, then was commissioned, was driving across the country with his girl Claire to live out in LA too, because we all kind of went out. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, I heard you are standing up. You got a hotel, and I was like, yeah, bro, I actually got 2 beds too. Y'all can stay with me. I was like, I don't even know why I said 2 beds. If I got 2 beds,
it worked out.
Stay with me. They pull it the next day because I got it for 2 nights. He had to go do some job thing, because he was transferring job. He had to go do some job thing. So I was hanging out with Claire all day, and she's amazing, super tight. We talking about what it's like being out there. She's like, well, what are you going to do? And I was like, honestly, I have no idea. I'm thinking about just getting a few more nights here at the hotel until I can figure it out. She was like, well, why don't you just come help, because I offered to help them move in. Yeah. So why don't you just come stay with us for a little bit until you figure it out? And bro, I lived with them for like 4 months.
Wow.
Then I had to be out their place, and Mez was moving to another apartment. He had roommates. And literally the day that I had to be out their place, he moved to another place. I went and took his place in his apartment, and I was there for a year. It's like everything just
laid itself out,
bro. That leap of faith, bro, it just all worked out in such a way that I'm like, I couldn't even orchestrated that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
You couldn't have set that up as easily.
Bro. For it to happen, all of it was like flawless and easy, and there was no stress involved. She was just like, come stay with us. And I'm like, I don't know, y'all just moving. I don't want it. She's like, no, like, you gonna come stay with us. And I was there with them for a minute, maybe even 6 months. It was a long time.
So when did you start working at Undefeated?
Not till like 3 years later.
Okay. Yeah, so briefly, what are you doing so you move into Mez's old spot, essentially. What's going on there?
I'm staying with my boy Drew and Davina. Shout out Drew and D. Drew works at, Drew works for a label right now. I can't remember what label. My bad, Drew. Where's Wale at? I know he's like Wale's, maybe Wale's A&R. Yeah, so he works somewhere like
something like
that.
There's only so many options.
For sure. They're amazing human beings, though. But I'm living with them, and I'm actually, it's a company called Flocabulary.
Okay.
Funny, and they're out of New York, and they basically make educational songs for kids.
Okay.
Right?
So you have educational songs that you made?
Yes.
And recorded?
Yes. Please do not charge.
I would
love to find. So
that.
Basically, they're like, okay, in this class, these kids are learning about Thomas Edison. They send me a reference of some guy rapping Thomas Edison, and they're like, we want you to make it be disrespectful, make this cool. Yeah. You can, right? So I rap it in my voice. I change the flow. I don't really change the words and stuff, but just the flow and all that. So I was doing that and getting paid for that. Shout out Tyranny, because she's the one who put it together. She might have found me on Twitter too. Just I think you're dope. Are you interested in this? And my mom was a teacher. I was just kids are learning. I'm like, this is dope. But anyway, that's what I was doing, bro. That's how I was not even paying rent, because I was for a sure straight. I was late on rent. I was a terrible roommate. I'm sorry, Drew and D. I love y'all. But that's how I was like somewhat getting by.
Yeah.
Was doing that. You feel what I'm saying?
So fast forward.
Yeah.
How do you get a job? How do you get the job at Undefeated? You just walk in?
My guy Boz. RP my guy Boz, bro. I love Boz to death. Boz was like my BYZE. And one, it was Boz one. But he lived across the street from me and Drew. He worked at Interscope. And older guy. And we just got super tight. It started us playing basketball together. Then he had a studio. I go to a studio. He got one of my songs, had a song called Lifted. He got that on the radio out of L.A. I loved him to death. He loved me to death. I was like kind of like his nephew. You know what I'm saying? We was together all the time. He helped me so much. And we started that show together. We started a show. It was called The Grinds.
Okay.
And I did that in Leimert Park at a coffee shop called Headroom Coffee Shop. Shout out Chase Infinite. And I interviewed like DJ Quick, Jonathan Mannion, who did a bunch of. You familiar with Jonathan Mannion?
The name sounds familiar.
He did a DMX picture with him in the color of the blood. Super dope. Freddie Gibbs, Ron Artest, Kaz.
How was the Ron Artest interview?
So dope, bro. So that's the only one that didn't come out too.
I believe it.
And I think I might still have the whole. He was so cool because I interviewed him and Freddie back to back in the same day, and they were my first people I ever interviewed in my whole life, bro. So I'm like, imagine I'm nervous the whole day, and he knew I was nervous, and I had notes. We were sitting on the couch, and I had notes kind of tucked here, and he would like look over it and read them and like see what I'm about to say and already have the answer. So when I asked him, he would be like, "Oh yeah, man," and like he would even be like, "No, like okay, the next question is about this." He would be like, "Yeah, man, because you know I had went to St. John's," and then he was almost carrying it.
Ah, that's beautiful.
He was so patient and cool and like open, like. He knew I was nervous and didn't know. Like he just worked with me, bro. And I like
that's what's up.
He's an amazing human being for that.
And that's so nice as an interviewer, not even necessarily having an interview, not even where the interviewee is like a good interviewee, but like knowing when to pick up.
Oh,
because dude, that's half the reason I do the notes is because I'm like, I just need to be up to date. So if we have that
if
pause,
it gets that dull moment,
I'm like, all right, cool, next topic.
For sure.
All right, so that's cool. So how long did you do that?
Dang.
How many interviews did you do, I should say?
Let me see. 6.
Oh, okay. So
I think 6.
Yeah.
So we kind of got a season now, and then it just kind of it just didn't end up working out.
Didn't catch as much as you wanted.
We wanted. It was it used to be Karma
Okay.
They changed to MLTD.
Okay.
So they were the ones that like hosted it. So they used to have
okay.
me in a bunch of different gear and like all the things. I'll send you the clips, bro. I think you'll enjoy them. But anyway, Boz put that together. I was working at a warehouse. And it's funny, while I was working at that warehouse, these interviews are dropping. So the Freddie one was on World Star. One of my coworkers are like, "What the hell are you doing? Like you interviewing people? Why are you even here? Whatever." And maybe like 2 weeks later, he ended up calling me one day like, "Yo, do you want to work at Undefeated?" I'm like, "Yes." So shout out my guy Jay, all my homies at Undefeated. I love all the homies there. I love that place. My bro Yanta, Paris, London, Mike, Bob, like everybody there was amazing. And so yeah, I started working at Undefeated, and like at that point, I'm like doing this show. I mean, I got a new job. I had just moved to Koreatown. We had a shout out Valdi and A. We had a spot. Like I was like,
moving.
Yeah. It was like tight.
So how long were you at Undefeated before pandemic?
I want to say I got there. I think November 2017.
Okay, so you're there for almost 3 years.
Yeah, I want to say that, bro. If not November 2017, maybe November 2018. I got something like that. But I was there like at least a year and a half.
So what are you doing so you're doing shows? Anything?
Like in LA?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm like hosting that. As far as the music, I remember, and I don't remember what year it was, but I remember I opened for Kehlani out there. I had some homies named Cole Green. I had a song with them. They opened for Kehlani and they let me do a song with them and then some of my songs at Occidental College, which was really cool. Did another show at Occidental College. So like I was kind of having, not really motion, but I was like doing something.
You're around,
I was around there. I was in the studio a lot, recording songs, like working with different people. I'm moving around with like Mez a lot, obviously. I had just met my boy Cliff, shout out my boy Cliff Holt, who lived up the street, and like now we're working on a bunch of songs and like putting stuff together. He's producing for me. And then, bro, that pandemic hit, I like buy a ticket to come back for Dreamville Fest,
yeah.
right? 2020. And I come back home, they canceled it obviously, and I can't come at the Undefeated because they
don't know what's happening.
Down. So after a couple months, I kind of got furloughed. I still have my apartment in LA, though I'm still paying rent and everything. I go back out there for like 2 weeks to move out. Literally the day I get back here to Raleigh after moving all my stuff out, in my lease and all that, Jay, who's like my supervisor at Undefeated, calls like, yo, bro, you can come back now. And I'm like, Jay, I just moved all my shit out, bro. Like, it's
done.
It's over. Like, you know, and I had just kind of like tapped back in with Victor Heavy. One day I was on Glenwood, and it's like 2 a.m, and it's somebody coming down on a bike. And I'm like, who the hell is on a bike at 2 a.m? And it's Victor, of course. And as it would be, right? He's like, bro, we got to play basketball. You got to come by the shop. And at this point, bro, I did know Victor, but not well.
Because you met him with Mez, right?
I met him with Mez.
Okay.
But, like, you know, we were cool, but not, like, you know, nowhere where we are now. And then, so, bro, I don't even like saying I got stuck here, but I didn't plan to be back here.
Yeah,
you know
you didn't plan to be here that long.
Tapped in with Victor super heavy, and we're, like, making clothes and talking about art. And, like, I kind of felt like I was a little bit at a lull at this point music-wise. I felt kind of stuck, stagnant. I haven't really released a lot of music, no more projects after, you know what I'm saying? Because I really did, even when I was in LA, bro, I only released a few songs, right? So I didn't, and as you would think, like, oh, you're doing all these things, you're on this, but I was so like, damn, I'm doing all these things at a high level. It felt like magnifying glass. Whatever I put out has to be
insane, yeah.
So then you're in your head and you aren't just, you know. So Victor really kind of helped me get out of that. And then I like, man, not to move too fast forward, I like met Owen, and then I met you, and then I met then I tapped back in. I always knew Drake and Nance.
Because they're going up, they're coming in Raleigh about the same time you are.
Same time, we all doing all these same things. So, but it was cool to reconnect with them and to realize that, like, damn, they've kind of been having the same sentiments that I've been having about this music space, being in Raleigh or like trying to get on and all these things. So it was cool to like so many of those relationships that I had in LA, I also found here in time. You know what I mean? Because that was the disconnect. I was like, damn, it's out in LA. There's so many people doing it. Where's this community here in Raleigh? But finding y'all was like a blessing, bro.
Because it wasn't, I mean, because even like I said, when I got here when I got into the music scene in 2018, it was like I knew names.
Yeah.
Like, because I remember the first ones were like Les. I knew Sonny.
Yeah.
I think I knew Drake possibly.
Yes.
Roughly. Yeah. But also at that time.
What year is this?
This is 18.
2018.
So when Nance put out that last project, 17?
I think so.
Something like that, yeah. So I remember that loosely. Zach Kokis, I remember him being popular because him and Les were like side by side.
For sure.
Sonny for sure. So that was like the only, but also I think I knew a lot of the people who were close to my age.
Yeah,
and who were still in college because they were around.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I feel like when I came back, I didn't know any of these people.
Well, because how old are you at this point?
2 when I came back. It's 2020? Mm-hmm. Oh, bro, I'm 29, 30.
Yeah.
So like at that time, I'm like, as 2, I feel so out of sync. And to think about everything I just told you, and then I'm meeting somebody who's like, wait, but who are you? And I'm like, yo. And I mean, that's ego. It's so many different things. And that's ego, insecurity, my own shit. Not that has nothing to do with anybody. But I remember just thinking like, damn, I'm kind of like a new artist over again. Because I did all of these things, but nobody knows me and whatever it is. So it just kind of, it was like an interesting, it was really humbling to be honest. And at first, obviously, I feel some type of way because I got these
Of course.
They aren't kids, but these younger people were like, bro, who are you? Like, you don't know who you are. And like,
you're like, I've been in the room.
I bet, you know, whatever. And I remember it was really Drake did. He was like, bro, we're like new artists. We have to approach it like we're just new artists. And that's just, and he said it, I was like, bro, hell no. We've been through too much. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, he's right. And you got to humble yourself. And like, I was got to a point like, bro, who even cares? Like, these people are dope. I think I'm dope. And like, I can learn from them. I could build with them. there's an understanding, like, you know what I mean? And like, especially being around Owen, I like learned so much of that. And he doesn't even see me as like, oh, this some older dude who's washed or like out of the mix, any of that. He's just like, bro, I fuck with you. I love you. You're dope. Like, let's do it up.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, so that relationship builds. Probably a kick, like I think we talked about.
For sure.
Yeah, so that y'all are working basically hand in hand with each other.
Yep.
So then y'all know each other for a while.
Yeah.
And then at this point, I feel like we're Colorado at this point.
Yeah.
So talk about leading into Colorado.
leading to Colorado. Yeah, Owen was working for Jamie. Shout out Jamie and Tad and Baby V. I love y'all. And Jamie brought us out to Aspen. They have a crib in Aspen. Brought us out to Aspen for like a week. And then we leave. At some point last year, she's like, yo, y'all could come stay out at the house. I hope y'all get jobs. Me and Owen are like, amazing.
Absolutely. We can't say no.
You can't say no. Owen gets a car. We drive out there. And like living in Aspen, bro. You feel me?
Because it was supposed to be 3 months. Was the initial? Initial?
We thought, let's see.
Because you want to do the winter, right?
October, November, December. And we thought a phase in January will be out of January. Tad and them, Jamie and them come Christmas. We're doing it up. They're kind of like, yo, y'all should stay a little bit longer. And then the other day, Tad is just like, yo, you staying through to next winter or through next winter? I'm kind of like, can I? He's like, bro, why wouldn't you be able to? Like, yeah. So we kind of just day by day, bro. It kind of,
So talk about that change, because I mean, you go from LA, you're in the mix, heavy in the mix. You come back to Raleigh, you have to kind of restart.
It's like fading. Not to cut you off,
yeah.
But like LA, super in the mix. Raleigh, I'm in the mix here, but it's obviously so different from there.
Yeah.
A lot slower. To Aspen, bro, where I'm the only black guy for real out there. Shout out my boy Brian. But that's like there's no black people out there. You feel me? Let alone people rapping and bro, any of that is like there isn't any of that. So it's so different, bro. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
the ice cream truck.
Nah, I thought it was that at first.
Okay.
I think they're doing construction. They're always fucking doing construction over here. Yes, I mean you're having to almost restart again.
Yeah, bro. And it's the funny thing where I'm like trying to figure out, okay, where's the? Because when I'm here, obviously, my engineer, it's a few people like are the first people I hit up. Like, yo, let's make some shit. Let's create. Victor, out there isn't really. I can't just go to a place. There isn't that, right? So it's like, it was like trying to find that space of like, okay, I know I can create, but like, who do I work with? How do I get these things out? It's like some of that. So to be honest, bro, a lot of like being out there has been like living really.
And I think
it's enjoyable though, and 100%. I love that.
And people, that's I think a very big disconnect now, because I was having this discussion with HBK where it's like, we put out this project, and it's like, all right, what next?
Yeah.
And it's almost, we had a few dull periods, like a few weeks where we were like, I think everyone was just kind of struggling to like, what's next?
Yeah.
Because it's like nothing's happened
for sure
since the previous stuff, and as soon as we finished writing the previous stuff, now we're going straight to roll out, all the stuff with that. So we're still on that project, and you get done, you're like, all right, well, we haven't even lived to write about something new.
For sure. That's so real, bro.
So I think that's almost an advantage of not having the access out there. Where it's like you really have to live.
No, for sure.
Because you do a lot of writing, right?
Oh, bro, like every day.
That's what I'm saying.
Every day. So, like, it's that. And I think because at one point I kind of looked at like, man, I'm getting older. Like, all of these things that don't really matter, but you kind of keep in your brain. I think I was always felt rushed. Like, man, I don't have time to like not really not do anything, but like not be putting things out, not building with people, not all these things. But it's like, bro, you gotta live. Like you gotta live, and two things can't exist. Where like, I can still create and still live and not feel like rushed and have to
put it out immediately.
Yeah, bro, do all these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that's been tight. And like, I'm excited about y'all coming. Like, really, none of the homies have came out. Like Owen's mom and sister came, but I'm like excited for you to come out there, Jamar, like all the homies to come
to really,
to see it, bro, the experience in it. Like y'all will see, like, oh, we see what they're talking about or what they do. You know, get the vibe.
But now we back.
Now, yeah, bro. So yeah. Like,
so y'all are probably gonna chill there.
We go
also play it by ear. You never know.
Play it by ear, because like I'm like, people are like, dang, what's next? So what's your plans? And I'm like, well, that wasn't even in my plans.
Exactly.
So, like, I just want to try to stay open and take opportunity, as it comes. And like, I'm really more less of like, I might can't tell somebody what's next and what that looks like as much as I'm like, I know how I want to feel, and I'm like, I want to feel like free and open and creative and have fun. And whatever house is that. I'm down. I'm there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's like, especially because I feel like going through those trials and tribulations, as much as I hate using that term.
No, that's real.
But it's like, like you went from LA, come back, you have to restart. And I feel like it's the easiest way to learn. So it's like you said, Drake humbled you in the sense of like, like we got to do this now.
For sure.
Then, so it's like almost you got the heavy one out of the way.
For sure.
The LA to Raleigh, I feel like, was the heavy one.
For sure.
Coming back after already going out there, first time on a plane, never done it, whatever. and all that. And then like, all right, I feel like the move to Colorado and Aspen is easier.
Oh, bro.
I'm sure initial shock.
No,
for sure.
But you're right. You're right. I think it was such a breeze. And I think that it was cool because it's like the places I messed up when I was in LA, the relationships or the way I maneuvered or even the way I thought about things or myself, I could now apply that to being an Aspen because I'm like, oh, I know what this looks like. I could do it differently. I should do it like this. And that like helps so much. And I imagine now the things that I've learned from there, the next place, I take both of those.
Oh, yeah.
Living there.
It's just stacked.
And it's like now putting it together more like, oh, I know how to maneuver these spaces a lot better, you know.
So what's next? What's next for Bobby James?
Man, bro, definitely so much more music. I'm really excited to get these videos that we did out and get these singles out. So both of those singles are coming out within the next, like, I would love to be able to get them out this month. We're in April, huh?
Yeah.
April.
We're like halfway through.
It's a lot. Yeah. So I want to do it the right way.
For sure.
We have these dope-ass visuals. I'm working on the covers with Ruben. We're going to finish the songs, mix, do all of that, mastered and everything. So I want to take my time with that. So I'm thinking those songs come out next month, April, May. And then I tell you I have the EP called She. And I would love to get that out maybe it's May, June, July, something like that. Like before the summer's out, I think it would be really cool to get that out.
And then the other EP?
And then the other EP, Aspen Tap, which I really wanted to get that out.
I love that name. I was telling Aaron HBK, I I yo, he's talking working on a project, whatever, where EP. I was complaining about how we recorded already, whatever. And I was like, oh, I saw Aspen Tap, and I saw Aaron light up, and he was like, I was like, bro, it's such a hard name for. I don't know why,
bro.
But Aspen Tap just seems like such a fucking wild name.
I love that you feel that way, and it's because I work at Catch.
Okay.
Restaurant out there. I'm a busser, and the tap water is called Aspen Tap.
Really?
The water we pour.
Aspen
Tap. And so that's why it's called Aspen, like Aspen Tap. You know what I'm saying? Because it's funny because like Aspen has such a air to it, and then to have tap water with it, it's just like, I don't know. It's just kind of like, it feels like my life in a way where like I feel like I get to do like all these amazing cool things. I'm like in these amazing rooms around these amazing people, but I'm such a regular ass person, which I love. I think me and Owen always say, bro, we're just guys. Yeah. We're just a guy. And so like it feels like Aspen Tap is like those
the
things,
perfect
like,
thing about it, yeah.
And it really is about my experience out there. I had talked about like me messing my shoulder up. The bus stop that we go to, it's called Brush Creek. I have a song called Brush Creek. The mountain that I fell and hurt my shoulder on is called Big Face Hollow. I have a song called Big Face Hollow. It's like these things it's very like about
fucking
being
fire ass names though.
Hey, bro, the names
title track's crazy,
bro.
Brushwick,
they have
hard as fuck.
They have a saying out there called "totally dialed in." So they'll be like, yo, I'm totally dialed in about things like, my outfit, I'm totally dialed in. Be super serious about it, which me and Owen think that's hilarious.
Owen was telling me in the car on the ride, one of the clips that's going to be coming out here soon, he was literally talking about, he's like, bro, they have these slang words.
That are crazy.
He said, me and Bobby got here, we thought these were the stupidest fucking things.
Now we love them.
And he said, now we use them.
Now we use them. So
like he said, powder. He hated
powder.
Hated powder.
Yeah, powder.
And he said, now it's literally powder.
Now it's what it is. And totally dialed in. For sure, it's TDI. So instead of people like, yo, I'm TDI, or you TDI, or whatever. So I have a song called TDI. That's the intro called TDI. But all these songs are like
Aspen reference. Yeah,
heavy for sure.
I love that.
Yeah. So and I really do, and I'll play you some songs too.
Okay.
But I do want to finish that and get out. Like even when we were talking before, you were like, bro, you could put it out, whatever. Because I was like, dang, it needs to come out at this. Like, I wanted to be like my first season out there, I finished. And it comes out when it. But it's like, that doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to.
You know what I'm saying?
But I get but it's also like we talked about, where we talked about yesterday, with HBK, where it's like we had all this stuff planned for the rollout, had all this extra stuff planned. Yeah. And what happens is I'd rather overplan, not necessarily try to do too much, but attempt to try to do all this and get half of it.
For sure. For sure.
If we get all of it, I'm fucking amazing.
But long as it's something, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's real, bro. And I love that. And that really, seriously, you saying that really inspires me to be like, dang, yeah, man, I should just finish it and get it out, no matter the time frame. Because, too, it leaves room for things that I didn't expect to happen. You come out there, now you get to shoot some of these things with that, or we get to talk about whatever it is.
Aspen Tap in Aspen?
Actually, we should do that. We should figure out you coming out there, and we should bro, we should do all of that.
Yeah.
We like these songs. We should we could even do like a mini like however we.
Yeah, however we figure out.
But I think that could be actually, and I would love for you to. We should do that.
Yeah,
we should. See, and had I finished it.
Yes, the other day
while I was here,
it wouldn't have happened.
This wouldn't have been a thing because I'd be like, oh, I got to get it out, and I would have somebody else try to do all these things. So that's what I'm saying. This bro, it works. Yeah. It works.
Damn,
hell yeah.
All right, well, that's part 2.
Hey, part 2. Appreciate you, brother, man.
Yeah, as always, God, we got that back in.
Hell yeah, bro. I really like that with this one, too. This was almost probably better than the other one, right?
I think the only thing we the only thing we didn't get was the shock value of some of the stuff I brought up.
Yeah,
but even then, it's like I still pulled out some of the other shit.
For sure.
And the only reason I even played half the videos that I did is because I want to put them in the video.
For
so
sure.
people can see it.
For sure.
So that's the reason I even went back and played the videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, honestly, second time around, it's still just as good because I feel like we got into other things that we didn't talk about.
Bro, the first 30 minutes I actually thought was dope. I was just talking about like Dreamville and other shit. I'm like, dang, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, worked out.
Bro, fire, dog.